This is the second day I vacuumed it, so it's pretty clean right now. And today's a nice day because the giant tree above the pool doesn't seem to, and here's a cistern or a jacuzzi and the little waterfall. Yeah, the giant tree, which is here, after dropping all its leaves and then dealing with falling branches, not branches, but there's this vine that keeps dropping crap all over the place. And then when it started leafing out earlier, lots of the green new tips were falling into the pool, and now it's flowering, so we have lots and lots of flowers that have to be pulled out. So here's where we usually dump everything that comes out of the pool. It just sits right here. Those are all flowers that have been collected since Sunday. It's thousands upon thousands upon thousands. And of course, they're pollinated by bees, all different kinds of bees, and including honeybees. And I stepped on a honeybee this week when I was over in the little area over here and got stung on my foot. I felt great, but oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, you can't really see some of the poor design aspects of it, but I'll point it out. So down here where the steps are, the debris that floats around in the pool all collects down here, and because there's no jet to push it out, it all just sits here. The flow from the little waterfall or water drop isn't enough to push them, and the skimmer is over here. So without jets to push it over to where the skimmer is, they don't get over there. We just have to manually collect them in a net. Ideally, the skimmer should have been put down over there next to that top step, and then all the jets pointed over towards it, because that's where the prevailing winds come this way towards us, and then also from right to left across the pool here. So everything collects on this side over here, and then down here. And the skimmer being here, it's convenient to where the equipment is in the pool room, or not the pool room, but where the motors and stuff are, the pumps and filter. But it just, in practical terms, it doesn't work. Just doesn't work. So there are 4 jets in the pool, and there are 2 at the far end, and their purpose is to really push everything at the top of the water to down here. It's also the return into the pool. Right now I have the skimmer running. Well, there are 3 ways that water gets from the pool into the pump. There's the skimmer, there's one in the bottom of the pool, and the one in the bottom of the pool is also where the water can be drained, but it has to be done manually. And then there is also this one here, and the side one, and that's where I hook up the vacuum hose and vacuum out. Oh, I forgot to show you one other thing, so I have to run back to the cistern. So the return into the pool from the to go through the filter, one of them, if it's not with the jets, is right down here. This is also where all fresh water, new water from the well gets dumped into the pool system. It doesn't go directly into the pool itself. That's pretty annoying, because then it means the water parameters in the cistern can be significantly different than in the pool itself. So what happens is, after I need to add water, and I do it quite a lot, I have to add a large quantity and do it at least twice a week. I usually empty the entire cistern out and then pump new water that includes the chemicals in the pool into the cistern. And I already did that this morning. That's pretty annoying. I wish the return for fresh water from the well used to be in what Beth and I call the little belly button in the side of the pool there, and I wish that's where the return was now. I wish it didn't do it through the cistern, but it is what it is. If I want to empty the pool completely, so it goes into the drain down there, and then this is the dry well over here. And it's a large enough cover that someone can get down in there. It's very heavy. It's a metal frame with concrete, and there are these little T-wrenches that screw down into the holes, and you can pick the whole thing up. But if you only need to do something like turning the valve on and off to empty the pool, you can put just one in the center, and that will be able to pop off. And then the tool is, well, it's over here. It's a big messy area, but it's convenient. So it's a big T-wrench, and then there's a cup thing on the bottom that fits over. It's just a standard valve within the oh, this is the botella that I use for cleaning all the filters, the skimmer basket and the filter basket, just so when I reference it, you'll know what I mean. So that tool will manually open and close the big valve to empty the pool. And I did it because we had a huge rainstorm on Saturday, over 2 inches of rain. And so I did take some of the water out, but I did use the pump. But I was prepared if I needed to, if it was so intense, to come out and open it manually, and just so that the water wouldn't overflow. So this part here, we call it the lavando because it's the laundry area. It also has most of the equipment for the house in it. So just opens, and I don't know. Okay, so this is a washer dryer here. Big tank in the back this is for the water softener system, the blue, and this guy. The one on the low one has the salt in it. And up here is the water heater. Water heater is pretty small. You don't need a very large water heater here. And truthfully, I never used a water heater. I wash the dishes with just the regular water, and I always take a cold shower, but it's there for convenience. And so here's the filter system. So this is the gang valve here. The two tall ones are the returns into the pool. They're both open right now, so the jets are on the right, and the one on the left is the cistern return. They're both open. And then on the bottom, you have the one for the skimmer, the one at the bottom of the pool, and then the one on the right is for the vacuuming the pool. And it needs to be open right now, so I have it closed. And this is a sand filter, although what it really is little beads of plastic. And the control on top, you can do various things with it. Like right now it's filtered. If I put it here and then I close the return valves to the pool, I can return the water down into the dry well itself. I have to do that when I'm vacuuming up, like from putting shock in the pool. And then a couple of the others, the one over here is for, that was a backflow to help clean the filter, and then this is a rinse to use as part of the process. And then this one is just circulate without going through the filter. There's one other one, I don't know what it's used for because I never use it. And I'm just going to turn off the pump now. And I'm going to close this one. I'm going to show you where the basket is for the filter, for the pump. It always is helpful to have one of the, you probably didn't know what I just did. I had one of the valves, the return valves, open because if I don't have it open when I take the cover off the filter basket, the water will overflow onto the floor here. So what I do is I keep it open, and then when I see the water's dropped far enough, then I close it. I want to maintain a certain water level within the pump, because then when I restart it, it makes it so much easier to get the whole process started if there's a lot of water still in it that hasn't all been drained out. And this is the main little basket for all the debris in the pool, and there is a ton of debris in the pool all the time. And all these, almost the entire thing is all those little flowers from the big tree. So after I do this, I'm going to run it over. After I turn this video off, I'm going to run it over to the botella sink and clean it all, and then I'll bring it back and it'll be nice and clean. And that is pretty much the whole system. Oh, one last thing. So we're going to go over to where the well is. So here's the patio. And if you turn to the right, we were just in the lavanda over there. Turn to the right, the well is in the big concrete underneath this concrete lid. We also call it cenote. Either name works well. And then that's the gang valve for determining where the water from the well is going to go. So right now I have the valve open for just the hose to water the backyard. The next one is for returning it to the pool. The third one over is for the cistern, which is in the floor of the lavanda. I can show you that in a second. And then the one in blue is for getting the well water into the front yard, so I can use a hose there. And they all have to be open and closed manually. And there is no on and off for the well here. You have to open and close a breaker on the breaker panel in the house, which is really inconvenient. And here's the cistern. I think I've taken pictures before when they were building it. So you can open that up with one of those little T-wrenches, and you'll see it's like a giant toilet tank in there with a ball valve in there. And I think I explained why they need cisterns here rather than... so water from the city, Hape is the name of the company, is in little tiny pipes with hardly any pressure. So you have a cistern that the little water flow goes into, and it runs along, for hours and hours and hours. And then from the, just so you can keep the cistern filled, and then from the cistern it gets taken up into the tinaco, and then pressurized at the tinaco, and then sent into the house for the sinks and the showers and toilets and stuff. And we also have it's integrated, the cistern is integrated with the water softener, so that all the water that goes to the tinaco has already been treated with the softener. Otherwise our plumbing would be just crap, holy hell bad. So that's an overview of what goes on here. Yeah, now it looks pretty good. The blue is not really the color of the pool, it's a dye that's in the pool that helps protect the chlorine that's in the pool from the sunlight. And it's actually a really pretty day today. It's going to be in the high 80s, low 90s. It's not bad. It's really comfortable. So anyway, just thought I'd give you that. And that's it.